rushing to beat the sun come out.
Justin and Mike must work quickly. As the sun burns through the fog and the temperature increases, the crack is more likely to move. This makes crossing back more difficult and dangerous.
Well, you know what? There's a lot more motivation today. Once that's heating up, it turns to a total.
Some nets today are
Garbage.
destined for a garbage bag, because salvage what we can of the destroyed nets to reuse. Every net you feel a bit happier. Well, there we go. Just keep counting them down all day. Put a lid on it like it's ready to go, right?
Yeah.
You got T-minus 1 net to launch the crack, and we're out of here.
That's the only thing I'm worried about is the slush. It's just this lifter is like a wall. Even when I came over this morning, I could see the snow
Well, it's so low.
off of it.
Yeehaw! Wrap this up and get the over the crack.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I see blue sky and sun out there.
Well, who
so
cares? You're crossing it in 10 minutes.
You know it's time to leave when the seagulls are back.
With the finish line in sight, Justin and Mike still have one obstacle to face.
This is pretty soft here.
Definitely getting warm. That's a rut you don't want to get stuck in. I think just stagger it, put it down to first, and just floor it.
Okay.
Well, what do they say? Send it? That's what I see on Facebook.
Send it.
For sakes.
I thought I had it.
I know you were going so good.
I guess unhook it and want to shovel this.
Back in Hecla, Justin and Mike's most valuable equipment is stuck in a giant crack in the ice.
I wonder if I put this in gear, do you want to try and tap this out?
Reverse or...
It's been an endless battle between fishing crews and a 60-kilometer-long crack this season. Despite near record-breaking temperatures, the crack remained active all winter. Pressure ridges heaved ice 4 meters high in some locations. Elsewhere, the crack separated, leaving open water or ice so thin it became a trap for anyone not paying attention. More than one experienced fishing crew lost a bomber to the icy depths. Some snow machines and vehicles belonging to anglers are only now being recovered. This is the worst place for Justin and Mike to be right now, and the last thing they need.
Okay. Good? Yeah, you're good. Go. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Look.
The track broke. How the did that happen? What is that? 2 cleats folded? Broke right in half?
3 cleats.
This is what I mean. I just needed to beat the slush, and then story of my life, 20 minutes too late. Look how it's full, like.
This is like parking on the train tracks.
The Husavik boys are in serious trouble. They need to solve their track problems and move their bomber before the warming weather moves the ice and the lake swallows up their equipment.
We need to get it off the
center of the
crack moves. Who says the crack doesn't move in 5 minutes? Clearly moved since an hour ago. I could try and give you a little pull at the sled. Did it before.
After being successful earlier this season, Mike tries again to pull the bomber free using the snowmobile.
This is what you call putting your neck out for the company.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you as hard as I can go.
It ain't going. Hold on a minute. There's a cleat wedge.
Bomber tracks consist of 2 long pieces of rubber joined together by cleats. The sprocket grabs these cleats and turns the track around the wheels, which keep tension on the track. Tension is needed to get traction.
Okay, I'm gonna go backwards for this.
Okay, let's get this thing going here. Give it a little bit of gas. You know, you dig, took some cleats off, the track got tight, a little tug, and finally it did move.
Removing the damaged cleats from the sprocket is enough to help the bomber climb out of the crack.
Should I keep going?
Yeah, just keep going and see what it does. Oh, yeah, it doesn't look pretty, but you're moving. You know, it had a hard turn each time that big void in the track came along on the sprocket. It was a big clunk, but we limped it to shore.
Battered but not beaten, the Justin and Mike can now load up the equipment and put Hecla in their rearview mirror for the season.
See you later, Hecla. Thanks for the fish, but you're real on the last day, I'll tell you that.
As long as we got gas and snowmobiles and enough snowmobiles to get stuck, I guess we'll make it.
At the Lake Winnipeg Narrows, it's the end of March and the last day of fishing for Chris Christiansen and his team. And it's shaping up to be a slush fest.
It poured here for 8 hours. It poured rain the other night. So I know they didn't think we'd be taking the bombardier on the lake. And what else are we missing?
Missing a few brain cells going out there on the bombers, that's for sure.
Everyone except Chris is wondering whether it's worth risking their precious bombers for the contents of just a couple of nets.
I don't want to be right, but we're going to get stuck. Mark my words.
I mean, anyone normally would probably be done. 90% of the people are off the lake. But the nets are not going to pull themselves out. So if it's bad, then we just park the bombardiers, load everything in the sleighs, and go take the snowmobiles.
Bombers work like a dream when the snow is dry and cool. But when spring arrives and the deep snow turns into mashed potatoes, they become a 2-ton liability.
The last few days have been really warm. It hasn't been freezing at night, so that's trouble.
This is so stupid. Wow, is it wet? Yeah, the end is near.
Joel coming or what? What are you waiting for? Let's grab her.
If it gets stuck, it's my fault.
I don't know. He wants to drive it, which is fine. So if he gets stuck, it's him, not me. Then he doesn't have to be mad at me. So
there's no way of knowing how deep the water is that's lurking under the melting snow.
Starting to believe yet?
In for a penny, in for a pound. We gotta go.
They make it to their lifting caboose out on the ice. So far, the fishing gods are being kind.
All right, Devin.
Oh, you're lucky it got cold enough the other day.
I'm going to walk into the caboose with some neck oil to see whose neck's going to twist off from shaking their head at me. Because nobody believed we'd be doing this today.
Even Chris Christiansen should not tempt the fishing gods.
Well, Devin, did you ever believe you'd be out here on a bombardier today?
It was a bad idea, but it worked.
If I can use a bombardier, I'm going to use a bombardier. Just speaking from experience, you know.
Let's just do what we came out here to do.
It'll be a good day when we're back on shore and nothing's stuck. There, I jinxed it.
Come on. Don't get stuck right there. All right. This is getting out of hand. I just do not want to be here today.
Find the strap.
Now it's actually stuck. Yeah.
Back at the Narrows, Chris's crew is having an I told you so moment with their boss.
Yeah, there's tons of snow back there.
The fishing gods are toying with them now as they attempt to extract a bomber and caboose from a slush trap.
Stop. Good. Should we rehook the caboose on or no?
What? You guys having another smoke break back there or what? What's up?
What happened?
From moment to moment here, we don't know to push, pull, or drag.
I put that thing in.
We just got 2 more holes to get to. Every hour and every 10 minutes that goes by, we're losing the strength in the snow. So we got to get this done and get in.
The pulling power of 2 bombers is always going to be better than just one.
It's not romantic, it's not fun, it's just what it is. We got to get off the lake because this is getting bad. A couple 100 yards and we head her in.
With the dangerous snow and ice conditions, everyone wants to get off the ice as soon as possible.
Last lift here, it ends with a whimper, not with a bang. That's it! Done. Box them up and let's try to get home without getting stuck 10 more times.
As the weather warms, the slush is getting worse.
Kind of seems like the whole winter, it's boiling over where we want to be done and we're at the end of it. It seems like a chore to get these nets out today. Heads bucked and everyone's a little weathered from the winter.
I'm stuck.
I know.
Well, because you cut me off.
I never cut you off. What the f are you talking about? You. I'm just glad we're done at this point. I think we reached the height of the drama. I think we got it all out today.
What happens on the lake a lot of times, we leave it on the lake. You say your piece on the lake, and Lake Chris, Lake Devin, Lake Joel are sometimes different than
when we're on the land. So.
At last, they get back to the safety of the shore, and they can finally celebrate the end of one of the toughest winters anyone can remember.
How do you sum up the winter? It's so long.
Now, at last, Chris and his team have finally been able to land all of their winter quota.
Great. I mean, we're coming to an end now. It's an unhappy journey that creates a great goal, but then it's over. I think that's what draws people back to Lake Winnipeg, is that euphoria, that journey that brings them to that goal.
East of the Christianson base camp in the Narrows.
We're finishing up today. It's our last day out here, so getting all the nets up, getting everything to shore, and calling it a season.
It's a solemn day on the ice as Trevor, Riley, and Kevin are lifting nets for the last time.
It's been tough. Like, honestly, looking back at it, I almost would have been better taking the winter off and just, I don't know. It hasn't been fun. It's good to learn lessons from this season, you know, because it really, really kicked my butt. But for the most part, I want to forget most of this season.
The loss of his narrow gauge bomber has made Trevor's season memorable for all the wrong reasons. Financially, it's turned what could have been a profitable season into a loss.
Losing a big major piece of equipment, like, that just sucks. There's no way around it. It sucks. Winter fishing is so time consuming and expensive that pretty much every day I'm thinking, like, weighing the benefits, the pros and cons of it. Some days it just doesn't add up, you know, like you're going out and losing money, or you're like losing big pieces of equipment, or you're freezing in nets, or you're having to deal with a whole bunch of guys who either want to work or don't want to work. It's such a headache. I mean, if things were different, maybe I would just fish open water. It would be a lot simpler. You know, I'm taking on a lot, and I'm aware of that. And I'm trying the best not to be discouraged and be like, well, I should just give up, because I know it's those times of perseverance that people always make those breakthroughs. It all depends on how much fish I have to catch next winter, and really what I want to do with myself next winter, if I want to catch tons of fish like I've been doing, or if I want to scale back a little bit. I don't know yet. It's all kind of up in the air, to be honest.
Despite everything he's been through this season, Trevor knows his place is on Lake Winnipeg.
This year I did what I had to do, but I would have done things a lot differently, and I will next year.